Do, 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 do. Hello, everybody. Welcome to SketchCraft Live. Okay, so I'm gonna get right down to this. This is a response. So, Brandon, I called you. I summoned you to the sketch cave. Correct?
Correct.
And you have no idea why, right?
Never.
Excellent. So, you're in trouble. No, you're not. So, I want to bring up something that happened to me last night. I get a nice message on my Instagram from one of my many fans who says, "Hey Rob, so there's this Instagram artist who's got your Princess Leia art on their Instagram account, and they haven't credited you." I'm like, "Hey, thumbs up, appreciate it." So I go to the artist and I write, "Hey, thanks for not crediting me on my art." Matter of fact, why don't I just read the actual post, right?
Sounds good.
I'll read exactly what I wrote. Hey, here. I'll go right here. Do, 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 do. Hey, thanks for not crediting me for my art. Fix it. That's what I write. That's it.
hmm
So he had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Over 20 tags he's put on there. Boba Fett, Gamers, Millennium Falcon, Captain Phasma, Traitor, FN2187, Shadows of the Empire, Expanded Universe, Jedi,
And so on and
Princess
so
Leia.
on and so on.
Not one of them, I didn't draw it. Credit to SketchCraft. Now, maybe he didn't know who I was, which is why I didn't go out there and say, "You're a thief," right?
Right.
But it is one of those things, well, okay, you could at least say, "Nah, my art, I'm totally a fan." If you know the guy, tag it, right?
Right.
Not the best. I still think you should go out and find out who did something before you put it in your account. But there you go. So he has a bunch of other art. He's a photographer out in LA. So I go, all right, let me go see this other art he's got in there. Did he give anyone else credit? And the answer is no. Darth Vader piece, no. Didn't do that. Jedi fighting, no. No. So he's obviously a Star Wars fan, right? But he's
hmm
got a lot of pieces of art in there, not his art, which is kind of pretty obvious, which I didn't really care about. But because there was other art in there, Brandon, we have this belief here at SketchCraft. Call me crazy. It's called ethics. I believe in ethics.
Right.
Um, Having worked in professionally now for 10 years, in illustration and t-shirts and all this other stuff, I have seen at a professional level people get their shit jacked. Period.
All the time.
All the time. Artwork, photos, whatever. He's a photographer. You should know what it's like. So, where you take a photo of a car. So you go to a car show, you take a bunch of photos, and then someone just takes those photos and traces over them and sells a bunch of prints. Based
hmm
off your photo, you can't actually do that. You gotta actually pay them. Credit in enough. But credit's a good place to start. So I then snap it, go to my Instagram and my Facebook, and I post this. This is my response to this. And I think it's fair. It's just me. Hey, look who's not crediting me for my art. Be sure to check out his gallery and see if you're just as lucky as me. Hashtag Star Wars, hashtag art people problems.
hmm
Right? Because, Brandon, as we both know, that the reoccurring theme throughout all this, the response from people who do this, is you should be lucky people are posting your art. Right?
hmm
Haven't we not heard this? Well,
Oh yeah.
I mean, at least we're talking about your stuff. Well,
At
how
least we're
does
giving you exposure.
how does anyone know it's my stuff?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, how is that supposed to? Because here's the problem. I work and have done many comic book covers at this point, right? Let's say over 20, somewhere around there.
Yeah, at
So,
least.
how often do you get to see my signature on that cover, Brandon?
Never.
Never. All right? Never. Professionally. You know how many times do I fight that? All the time. You know? At least at IDW, they seem to be putting my name in the cover, which is brilliant. You know?
hmm
I got to get that credit. So, but that being said, generally the artist who draws the book gets credit for what I do. And I don't like it. I don't like it. It's what I like to call unethical. So, anyhow, I go on there, I post it. I figure he's going to have a bad day. You know what I mean? Not my problem, dude. Sorry, Mike. Not my problem. You had a bad day. So, he sent me this personal message that, by the way, it wasn't so personal because he made a group out of it. So he's got all of his other friends in there too.
okay.
Um, and he's like, "I'm not here for a fight nor this is attack. I'm a huge fan of art, inspirations. You didn't at least attempt. You didn't attempt to let me know you were the artist or give me a chance to credit you. Actually, I did. I posted, Mike. You didn't credit me. Fix it. And I think I waited 30 minutes. That's all it takes. Now, is it 1 in the morning? Maybe you're not up. Don't know, don't care, dude. You know what I mean? Not my problem.
Right.
Not my problem, right? You could have possibly mentioned that you were the artist in the photo, which many artists do. I would have given credit after I gave you credit. Wait, hold on. So if I tag myself, which I did, you would have given me credit afterward, which you did. That's what happened. What
Uh-huh.
also went after that was all the people he got into a troll attack with, which I have nothing to do with. I mean, it got a little vicious where he misspelled some words and like, you don't even know how to type. I'm like, oh shit, like I don't approve of that, but I can't. What am I supposed to do about it? All you got to do is say I fixed it, my bad.
Right.
That's how it works, Mike. You know. One thing I do ask is if you could go through all my posts and tag all the artists that I've been able to name yet. No, Mike, no. It is not my or my fans or even the artist you post the art to go in there and tag it for you.
Right.
Do you understand how that works?
Mm-hmm.
It's not our job. Period. You got it from somewhere. Did you get it from Geek Tyrant? Did you get it from DeviantArt? Did you get it from you got it from somewhere. Give that place the source, right?
Yeah.
It's that simple, Mike. And so then he gets in this whole argument with his friends, and then they're like, I just needed to have a few witnesses of the conversation, so he couldn't try to turn it around. I don't know. I don't know what this guy. I'll be honest, man. I can't read through all this stuff, because. Oh, I like this one. Don't sweat at stuff. My stuff gets posted without credit, but I don't get upset. It's kind of flattering since the person likes my art enough to post it. This artist is a fool. Sorry, you're a fool. Period. I have a zero tolerance when you can't at least give people credit. I'll be honest, I don't need the exposure, folks. I don't want the exposure. I don't want fans who post my work without crediting me. Don't want you, don't need you, not your buddy. I may be an asshole for thinking this way, but you know what I'm not? I'm not a thief. I'm not a thief. It's a constitutional right to be an asshole. It's not to be a thief. Period. That's how it works. And the best thing I can do is explain it. I'm a little bit of a cocky or a little bit of a shitbag when I do it. Brandon, you could admit I have a way of.
You have a very nice personality.
But I don't go out and attack people, right? You don't see me.
Now
Look at
you
what this
don't
artist
go out of
did.
your way. You didn't go out of your way to attack the person. If people take the time to find artwork or like artwork or even repost it, let's say he reposted it, he had to do 20 hashtags, right? At least he could have said, hey, if anybody knows the artist, please tag him or please let me know, or where he found the art to get it in the first place. Because only time I've seen, I mean, it could be everywhere by now, but I mean, it could either be from your page, Retro Magazine, or Facebook or whatever, but somebody knows it's you. Everybody usually credits you,
It
but
came from somewhere, not him.
right.
It's that simple,
So
man.
wherever he got it from, if he took the time to like it, to save it, not repost it, but to actually save it and then post it as his own
Post it.
original post, you could at least take the time to just find out who the original artist is. Or even just, hey, not my art. Can you tag whose it is? I mean, there's a lot of. If it was like a dummy account, like Star Wars fan 27, and they just did nothing but repost Star Wars art.
Like an
I
imprint.
understand it.
Like an
Right, I
imprint.
understand it. But if you're an actual person who claims to be, I haven't looked at his profile, but you said photographer,
In LA.
or okay, an LA photographer, you know how it feels to put your art out on the internet for people to see and for you to also hopefully make money off it, or it have been a job. So you would think that this person being represent himself as an artist, because a photographer is an artist, they would say, "Hey, this isn't my art," or "Hey, can you tell me who made this art? I love it. Big fan."
Yeah, and by the way, I'm not a mind reader. Like I actually left my superpowers in the Marvel universe. I don't have telekinesis. I can't figure out what your intention is. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're a thief or you're this. All I know is my art's there and I'm not credited. So fix it. And by the way, it's not really my prerogative to wait more than a minute. I can wait. I don't even have to do that. I mean, minute you post someone else's art and you don't give credit, you're on the bag. And if that makes you uncomfortable, if you feel a little hurt, man up. Solve the problem, move on. You know what I mean? I'd give you a high five at a con. You know what I mean? We all just sort of unintentionally make mistakes, or maybe deep down inside you was like, well, you know what I mean? It's just cool to kind of be able to put some art in there and, get a little flavor for it. I have a feeling the guy's just a Star Wars fan. You look at the photos, he's wearing much Star Wars stuff. He's just a fan of Star Wars stuff. This isn't like he was making cell phone covers for my art, which
Right.
we've had to deal with, right?
Right. I think that's what. Now, this was a simple thing, but we've dealt with so much lately of art thieves, and it gets to the point now where, let's say, we go to a con, like because we're going to a con in a couple weeks, and we have that Star Wars print. Somebody walks by, oh, that's not your art. I saw that online on another person's page. Then you have to defend yourself as the artist, and somehow prove to this person that, yeah, no, this is my art. I swear it is. Because it's out there on the internet. People
Well, we had a
aren't saying they do
situation.
it.
This is a separate situation. It's nowhere near the same thing. But this situation was a fan on Instagram contacted me and said, "Hey, this guy at this Florida con is selling your art on T-shirts." Now, I had just got, laid off from a T-shirt company because a licensor didn't like that I made fan art, right? So I
Right.
lost my job over making fan art. No ifs, ands, or buts. You're out the door. Not fired. We just parting ways. You know what I mean? You didn't
Hmm.
actually do anything wrong. They didn't want to admit it. I had to go through back channels. They write it down as a layoff to be nice to me or whatever. But I'm like, you laid off your best artist? Really? You know? So, this guy is selling my shit at cons. Now, how do I know that a licensor wasn't walking the con and saw my shit on a t-shirt and thought I was selling bootleg shirts? How do they know?
All right.
They don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. Okay? So it's very, very, very important that if you're going to repost people's art on the internet, you give credit. Now, I'm going to tell you where this sort of originally started for me and has since gotten better. Several years ago on the internet, people would repost gaming news. A new piece of info came out. Oh, this game's coming out. This game's coming out. Nobody would source where that info came from. If you were in a magazine, which I worked in video game magazines, I Play Magazine for 2 years, Game Fan for 2 years, did 4 years. I did Army time in video game magazines, folks. Okay, hard time. I'd prefer the Army over the fucking game magazines, right? Anytime we reposted someone else's info, we had to source it. Websites seem to be oblivious to this until the community self-policed enough to where now when you go to a site, you always see the source info, right, Brandon?
Correct.
Right? I mean, now you don't even think about it, correct?
Right. You
And
just
that's what's
second
happening
instinct.
now. That's what's happening now with artists. We're self-policing. We're just self-policing. So, Mike, I don't wish you ill. If you got into a troll war with people, my advice is when someone calls you out, respond as little as possible. Just fix it, say it's fixed, and move on. People say stupid stuff, they say stupid stuff. You can't control I can't control that. None of this would occur if you just gave credit in the first place. It's that simple. And if you don't like the way I think about that, I don't care. Don't repost my art ever again. Ban me, blacklist me. I'm fine with that. I'm okay. I don't need the help. I don't need your help. Especially this kind of help. But I appreciate you going back and crediting me. And I would appreciate if you went back and did your own homework and credited everyone else. It's not my job to do it. And it's not their fans or my fans or anyone else to do it. It's your account. Right, Brandon?
Correct.
Brandon, you recently made an ad promoting where we're going to go over to Comic Con, right? Didn't I
Mm-hmm.
say source the credit, the photographer you're using?
And I will.
Right. So this is very big, folks. Very big. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this, Brandon? Am I wrong anywhere? Or
No, no. I think.
because you don't have
Uh,
a problem telling me I'm wrong, right?
no, I mean you're a little hyped up, and
Yeah, I know.
I can see why. I mean it happens. It's your artwork. I mean, someone
Actually,
jacked.
it's a response to the podcast trouble. I woke up in a hyped up mood today. So
It's you're in the right. Are you
I don't
hyped up
even
about
care
it?
if the people think I'm in the wrong. It's my art. I can be in any right I feel like.
Right.
See that see,
It's
I don't
something that
have to be
you.
nice. I think I'm being nice
No,
as I choose to be.
no, just
You know.
give credit when credit's due, and you just want people to know moving forward that if in the future anyone uses sketchcraft art, just give you credit. Don't sell it, but if you'd like to post it on your Facebook, your Twitter, or as background on your phone, if anybody sees it or you post it somewhere, just let people know where you got it.
Yeah, and if you do and you see me at a con, I'll probably kick you some free goodies for the support. Truly, right, Brandon? You've seen me do that.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Oh,
we
dude, you're that person. You can have this. I've given out free art to people who've promoted me.
oh yeah, we're all about fans, and I mean I do it too. We're all it's a community. It's an art. is a big community, and you want to look out for other people. And when you are a creative type, you don't have much security other than other creative types to help you. So, a lot of artists are very guarded. Oh, I don't want to show you how I made this, or I don't want to show my art, or they put big watermarks across it because of things like this. But, you don't do that. You don't put watermarks on your art. You don't put a big, sketchcraft across the whole piece of art. You want people to see it and
Well,
enjoy it.
being that I've been in an art department where people just smudge those out, it's irrelevant, folks.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like all they're gonna do is they're gonna spend an hour or two smudging out and airbrushing over the watermark. It's not hard,
Yeah.
you know? They don't care. It's easier than making the thing from scratch. So the only people
So,
that suffer from that are my fans. It's pointless.
right. So just people give credit when credit's due.
Well, and so you know, folks, it doesn't just start and stop here. Like I got friends, I got one in particular I gotta have a talk to because it's driving me nuts. He's a writer, and he's got a guy drawing a bunch of stuff for him, and he's like, "It's my comic. It's my comic. Support me. Pay me to do this." And I'm like, "What about the guy drawing it, dude? Because no offense, you know what I mean? You're pitching it as a comic. Where's the guy getting paid? I don't know, man. That's a whole nother conversation. Craig Capullo knows all about that. So credit, folks. We did the effort. That's all I'm saying. And Mike, that's my response. So you know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and go on Instagram and spend all day typing shit. That's like a Twitter quagmire. I did that once with the Psychonauts fucking thing. Killed my whole day. I don't got time for this. So, and I feel better when I get angry on the camera. This is my domain. This is how I talk. This is where I'm in my element. You can't misconstrue how I feel about something, Period.
All right.
I think it's pretty fair. And if it's a little too public for you, don't involve me in your troubles. I keep Sketchcraft public. My private life private. Sketchcraft totally public. Right, Brandon?
Correct.
That's right. That's right. When Brandon fucks up, everyone knows.
Oh, yeah. Whenever you hear Rob cursing the name Lead Heavy on anything, that's me.
Yeah.
That's I'm the guy always getting his ass chewed out. So don't think, and just for the guy Mike, don't think Rob's calling you out to pick on you. If anything annoys him, even me, who's been a friend with him for 7, 8, 9 years, he will gut check you with emotional and witty banter and
And myself. I fucked up
opinions.
a couple times. You know what I mean? I don't. You should see me ride myself on. Ooh, that didn't sound good. You know what I mean, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not go there. All right, so that's about it. We'll be back on soon. We got podcast Monday night, right?
Mm-hmm. Two of them.
Two of them. So anyway, we'll talk about that later. All right, man. Talk later.